Welcome back to The Explainer, everyone. Today we're diving straight into Chapter 8 of the 10-part tutorial, MLOps Mastery, a strategic tutorial for IT professionals. If you're in IT management and you're trying to figure out how to operationalize AI at scale, well, you are definitely in the right place. In this specific chapter, we're focusing strictly on the people and knowledge management side of machine learning operations. Because as it turns out, the absolute hardest part of scaling AI, it isn't the algorithms, it's the organization itself.
As always, our source material comes from Virtualization Options LLC, which is a fantastic Colorado-based tech research, education, and advisory organization. The framework we're unpacking today is designed specifically for those of you who have pushed past the AI hype and are now staring down the incredibly complex challenge of scaling it reliably across your entire enterprise.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for the breakdown today. 1. The org design imperative. 2. The data core. 3. The engineering task force. 4. Tech leadership. And 5. The shared operating model. Let's get to it.
Starting us off with Section 1, the org design imperative.
Right off the bat, we need to address a huge misconception in a lot of organizations, the idea that data scientists should own production. Honestly, it's exactly why an estimated 80% of enterprise ML initiatives stall out before they ever see the light of day. The source text hits us with this really powerful quote right away. MLOps success requires deliberate organizational design. Really let that sink in for a second. You literally cannot buy your way out of a broken team structure just by throwing more expensive cloud compute at it. True success is entirely about how you structure your people.
Think of your MLOps pipeline like a high-stakes relay race. The friction, the absolute chaos, almost always happens during the handoffs. If your teams are working in isolated silos, passing that baton becomes incredibly messy. And listen, tooling alone cannot fix a drop baton. You absolutely need an organizational model that stops these broken handoffs from happening in the first place.
Moving right along to Section 2, the data core.
Before we can even think about deploying a model, we have to meet the very first runner in our relay race, and that's the data engineer. Without this role firmly established, everything you build downstream is basically just built on sand. They are the absolute foundation of the ML pipeline.
So what do they actually do? Well, the data engineer owns the data pipelines, and they manage the feature stores. They're entirely responsible for ensuring data quality. And, maybe most importantly, they maintain the consistency between the data used for training the model and the data used when actually serving that model in production. Basically, this role provides the hardened infrastructure before any modeling even begins.
So the crucial point here is that the data engineer's ultimate domain boundary is acting as the guardian of data contracts. They sit right there between your raw, messy upstream systems and your pristine ML training infrastructure. They make sure that whatever gets passed along to the next runner in the race is reliable, properly formatted, and completely ready for action.
Let's jump into Section 3, the engineering task force.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core operational conflict that plagues so many IT departments today. We really have to draw a stark line between two completely different roles. The data scientist, their role is purely exploratory. They build and validate the models, they perform feature engineering, and they interpret the outputs. They're the primary producer of model artifacts, but, and this is a big but, they are not responsible for production ops. In total contrast, the ML engineer is strictly operational. Their entire job is to take those experimental notebooks, manage the CI/CD pipelines, automate the infrastructure, and transform all of that into hardened, scalable, production-ready services. These are two incredibly vital roles, for sure, but they require entirely different skill sets, and they operate in completely different domains.
Section 4, tech leadership and strategy.
So, you might be wondering, how do we get these brilliant yet fundamentally different minds working together? Well, enter the tech lead or the ML architect. If the MLOps pipeline is a relay race, this person is the coach designing the overall strategy. They're the strategic bridge holding the whole operation together.
This source material lays out the tech lead's domain incredibly clearly. They set the overall MLOps strategy. They act as the definitive translation layer, bridging the gap between the overarching business objectives dictated by IT management and the day-to-day technical execution of the data teams. They also own the implementation roadmap and make the critical platform decisions, because without this specific role, your business goals and your technical reality are just going to constantly be speaking two different languages.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, the shared operating model.
This is the synthesis phase. It's where we bring all of these isolated roles together into a highly functional enterprise machine.
The tutorial defines this shared operating model as an organizational structure with clearly defined roles, distinct domains, and specific escalation paths. The entire purpose of this model is to prevent the accumulation of massive technical debt and guarantee those smooth operational handoffs we talked about earlier.
Let's move to and see how this builds across the actual life cycle of a model. Think of this as the perfect, well-oiled relay race. Step 1. The data engineer establishes the data pipelines and contracts. They pass a pristine baton to Step 2, the data scientist, who handles model validation and artifact creation. Once that's validated, the data scientist passes the baton to Step 3, the ML engineer, who takes that artifact and turns it into a live, scalable production service. There's no confusion, no one is stepping on anyone's toes, just perfect, seamless execution.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it essentially serves as the ultimate screenshot-worthy blueprint for IT leaders to define boundaries in their own organizations. Notice how every single role has a completely distinct domain and a highly specific handoff point. Data engineers hand off data contracts to ML training. Data scientists hand off model artifacts to ops. ML engineers deploy hardened services to live systems, and the tech lead oversees the macro strategy between business objectives and technical execution. There is literally zero ambiguity here.
Which leaves us with one final provocative question for you to consider as we wrap up this explainer. Is your organization utilizing a true shared operating model? Or, if you look really closely, are your highly paid data scientists quietly drowning in production operations they were never actually trained to handle? Take a hard look at your team structure today, because getting the organization right, that is your absolute first step to true MLOps mastery. Thanks so much for joining me for this breakdown of Chapter 8.